You're watching show Iron Club.
Oh, God, yes, I'm
Did you say that restaurant was like? They was black guy was the gas station. That little gal was scared to stay with the pool again. She was putting the money in. We went around hot dogs and she got rolled like fires. We was on the side of the gas station. We was on this bar. They grabbed all the hot dogs. We even got something choking in there. We was laying there one day when they was going to the car. They said they saved me like 30 seconds. Just a step. Like you work on it, come right on out there. Last time I talked to him, he was a cowboy. We said, oh, buddy, bag, not badly hurt.
Yeah.
They said, where's the money? She gave me money. Yeah, he rubbed on his damn face.
Let us pray. Most kind and gracious Father, Lord, we thank you for this day and all the many blessings of life, God, that you bestow upon us all. Pray, Lord, that you'll be with this body of commissioners as they meet to take on the business at hand. We pray, God, that you'll always continue to bless our nation and our county. Be with those that are struggling, Lord, and be with those that are afflicted. And as always, be with my little buddy Landon. For it's in Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
1 minute, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Keith Parker. Shane Bowman. Greg Brooks. Danny Carver.
Yes, dear.
Debbie Davis.
Yes, here.
Mush Davis.
Here.
Chrissy Harden. Here. Kelly Morgan.
Here.
John Pippinger.
Here.
And Samantha Trent. Here.
Okay, before we get started on the agenda, we're going to have an executive session with our attorneys, so we'll be back in as soon as we finish with that. We're going to meet in Jackie's office.
Yes, after that it's $100. Yeah. And just make it out to Jackie Rogers, not County Clerk.
Jackie's going to sing while we're going.
That was all Brooks' fault. Everything about that was Brooks' fault.
I shouldn't shock you.
This should not be our...
If you want to work his life with Danny Carver.
That's over this.
Danny's life.
Went to school again, what is it?
Oh, you're all
I made it on the underwear. We've already said that.
Somebody told me, told me no one all.
Be good to force them to come back.
Yeah, force them to come back.
Tell him to come on. We know how to do this. Thank you. We told him it was your fault.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Chrissy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yeah.
John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Approval of reports of office.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Chrissy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Pippinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Approval of notaries. We have Shannon Cheek, Karen Overstreet, Jeannie Burrell, Cindy Park.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Steve Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Chrissy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Okay, budget amendments and Fund 101, we have number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do those together unless someone needs to separate one. In Fund 101, number 2 is for the purchase of a security camera, security system for the Ducktown office for a total of $965. Number 3 in 101 is for moving money to pay yearly membership for new equipment at the Ducktown office for a total of $496.80. Number 4 is to allocate funds for unforeseen attorney charges for a total of $7,500.
Good Lord, what's that for? All the time we took that.
You arguing with the attorneys?
I mean, we got money in the attorney line.
Yes, we do currently have money in our line for legal. This is in the event with some of the things that were shared in our executive session that come up. I believe everybody that does the service would like to be paid. They just like to have a little extra there. And I think you all will realize over the years that that money's left there, it will still be there at the end of budget time.
So it's just as needed, right?
Yes, yes, it won't be used as needed.
Number 5 in 101 is to allocate funds for purchase of a credit card machine for a total of $310. That's all in 101.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Steve Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Chrissy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Not yet. Okay, in Fund 188, budget amendment number 1 is to allocate funds for continued county building maintenance projects. That's for a total of $30,000.
Motion to approve.
That's on what building?
What are
What is
these
that
for? Just various items or?
Yes, for various things. We just started the budget year and I've already took almost a $4,000 hit for a heating air unit. We were fortunate enough to have a maintenance man that was able to put that in. Of course, that saved a lot of cost, but that's where I'd have 1/3 of my maintenance budget already in just the first little bit.
So this is just a scrambled up bunch of projects, the 30,000?
Yes, ma'am. What we're looking to do is, we walked through the courthouse a couple of weeks ago, Buildings and Grounds Committee about doing the big courtroom as well as the mail room. We just completed my office, redoing the flooring in it, looking to do the flooring in the mail room, paint the mail room, to also do the flooring in the big courtroom, painting the courtroom, and redoing the tile and lighting in the big courtroom.
So it's just beautification, not, is there any structural need?
We still have some more with our fire halls that we've been working on. We did replace the completed 2 buildings or 2 roofs, as well as a ceiling in another fire hall, along with multiple electrical issues that have been addressed at our fire hall. That's all just part of keeping everything moving.
So the firehouse is going to their maintenance.
No, that was part of what we used the previous time that we pulled money from this account was to put the roofs on those buildings.
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Steve Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver. Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Chrissy Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Okay, budget amendments for Polk County School Board, there are none. ADA compliance update, Commissioner Kelly Moore.
I just left this on here to see if maybe you did do a list, but did you guys walk through, just in general, not, even if it wasn't ADA stuff, just a list of things that we need to work on?
Yes, so part of that, I've seen that open record request with a letter that I submitted. If you go and read that, you will see that that was designated to a former employee. That employee designated another county employee as noted. If you'll look at that other page, the employee that was designated, there is no signature from that employee. You will see my signature. So we have been working with that. Miss Cavalier, I think Chevalier, however you pronounce her last name, she got back in contact with me, as you can see in the email that I put out to you all at 12:55 yesterday evening. And she recommended to work with the Southeast Tennessee Development District. That was the two that I passed out. Emily Porter, if you see on there, she emailed back at 9:58 today, this morning. There are other counties, according to Ms. Porter, that they just got done with, and that Southeast Tennessee Development District is looking forward to getting this completion for what we need to do moving forward. I've also spoken with the Director of Schools, James Jones, on my way up the mountain this evening, to form this committee that will be set aside. We are looking to put Adam Stone on that committee. That way we have representation from at least the school, if not just the west side of the school. And then I've asked Superintendent Jones if he would want to recommend somebody from the east side of the school district. He said that he would talk and see. I'd also, he's going to kind of be blindsided, but I'd like to have John Boyd on that committee. Not taking a shot or anything like that, but I believe a county commissioner that does have a disability to be on something like this could only help benefit our county and those things that are there. So there is the 4 people, being 1 in William Wallace, 2 Ben Brown, our maintenance man, 3 would be Adam Stone, number 4 would be Commissioner Pitcher, and number 5 will be named at a later date if the school would want to put representation from the east side. And that way we can work not only with the school, with the road department. The road department does have theirs done, but this way it'll just tie everybody together and put this committee together.
So Wallace is
He is listed through the state of Tennessee, and with that paperwork that's there, you will see he is signed off on by me, but he never signed that.
Right.
And in that letter that's addressed when this all came out, it lays out the chain of events.
So I thought, just going back to the last meeting, I thought you'd done that in 22 with William Wallace.
Yes, ma'am. That was, yes. And then whenever we went to go find the booklets, that's where they were located at. But at that time, Will was co-working with a former employee, and he was unaware. He thought that it was co-mingled when it was not, because that replacement was not named. Will was named as the ADA according to the state of that verification letter.
So does that not need to come in front of the county commission to vote on, as far as like an appointment, like anything else that we do?
Not to my knowledge. Not talking with or spoken with.
We might want to check it, just to make sure.
Correct. You know, there's some going around, it's an unpaid position, there's no monetary assets that get set out there.
Who was ADA officer under Hoyt?
I think it was just Hoyt. There was no ADA.
Well,
It
the
fell
commission
under
never
him.
appointed Hoyt.
Huh?
The commission never appointed Hoyt.
It falls under his title.
Okay,
And so he was it.
right, so.
But I'm saying if somebody else is gonna come in
Appoint under his title.
and you,
A designee. And
Yeah.
my designee was the former employee, and then she worked with Will whenever they were gonna do this together. And then whenever she was terminated, it ultimately fell on Will, but Will was totally unaware
Right.
because he didn't even have the computer to do this with. It was being done through my office by the designee. And whenever I signed off on that in 21-22, I thought this paperwork was complete because I'd signed off on it. And then to come find out, once the complaint was made, it was not.
it was not.
And that's where we've been working with the state as the corresponding email showed.
I just think just to double check and make sure we don't, because you kind of think if we have to appoint or confirm the library or the emergency, the 911 boards or whatever, just to make sure we don't have to do that. But whatever we need to do to get ahead of any situation versus
And like I
being behind the
said,
ball.
and by putting that committee into play, in my opinion, that takes it to where it's more open for everybody and it does not fall directly underneath me or like it has in the past with Polk. It's not what I say, it's not what, you turn that over to the designee and then you've got a group of individuals that work together for common good of the county.
As long as we're compliant. But I do at some point, if you guys do with the building committee, get a list together so we can all kind of know what needs to be done in the county.
Correct, and that'll be, and on that, yeah, Ben is out, but he does have that list, but Ben is out today, he will be around whenever you want to, get that.
Yeah, we need
I mean,
to
you
get
can
those
email, you don't,
roofs checked.
we don't have to do it here, you can just email it.
But that's all I have.
Good, okay. Next is Dave Elliott with Nova Photographics, but that was put on the agenda by mistake, so we'll move on to that. Boat ramp, camel cove, Mr. Mustang.
Yeah, I was confronted about this boat ramp. Probably the only one there, but it's where that we talked about it. I talked to Robbie about it. We talked about it a long time ago. It was cost a small fortune to get it removed under the circumstances. But everybody talked to me, said that, you know, that they wanted Roy Jean to do something to, you know, make it accessible. I went and looked at it, and all it needs is just probably about an 8-foot channel cut to the water for somebody to get a boat out, you know, get a boat there. Most people over there, they can't use a gasoline motor. Most of them use kayaks, one-man kayaks, they use canoes, just out there with their families just for recreation. And I was there with one guy. I got sorry for him, but he tried to get a little one-man kayak out there. He got us stuck in that, sealed up to about his knees. He got mad, started beating that guy, and he finally his leg. I didn't even get out of the truck, but I figured use that paddle on me. But no, it is a problem, and solid. I don't know, Robbie tell you a little more because he's got the information here. It involved a lot of permits, DDX, a lot of things, a lot of disposal situations to get rid of silt and so. But I don't know what to be done, but, you know, something really needs to be. He had a good boat ramp and it got sold in a lot. We said a lot, so we sold the boat ramp in a lot. So it's privately owned now. The original boat ramp, Capitol Lake, is privately owned.
I thought that was a public ramp.
But now it's not. So the man bought it, so it's private. Out in his front yard. It was sold to them. It was sold to them. In the lot he bought that.
So if you all as a commission wanted to, I don't care one bit to get with Roy Jean. I know he was here earlier. I've spoken to Roy Jean Friday about this. I do know that there will have to be a TDEC permit applied for it. Whenever we've done this before, or looked at it before, I can't remember the lady's name, it's slipped my mind off the top of my head, but anyway, there would have to be a permit for a silt channel or a silt fencing or a silt sock, I'm sorry, there it is. But with this last bid that we had, it was dredged, but I don't care to, continue talking to Roy Jean, maybe bring something other up next month for the commission.
Why don't we table it till next month and let you get Roy in and see if we might have some kind of solution.
And if it's something that Roy Jean can do underneath our interlocal agreement that we have together, at a cost that's very reasonable, I want to go ahead and get started working on that. Once everybody agrees, we'll bring it back to next month.
Or table it next month. Planning board reappointment, county executive action.
The planning board appointments came up to me. I had Eric do some looking on this over the last couple of years. The planning board has not been put into the correct order. It has been running on a 2- and 4-year reappointments. The way the TCA code reads is there's supposed to be 3 sets, just like with the AD board. So my recommendation for these 3 men that are up, they have agreed to serve. So this time will be for a 4-year, just like way all boards go. next August. The other ones that are up for reappointment will be divided. One set will be for a 1-year term, according to TCA code. Then they will fall under 4 years from there on out, and 2 will fall for a 4-year term. That way we are in complete order with TCA code. But this time I would recommend that Mike Worley and that Gary Silvers and Mark Bishop be reappointed back to the planning committee. If you want those broke down, I don't care to go out one by one.
That's your nomination.
Those 3 are my nominations.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
RFP for roof at the fire department headquarters, County Executive Action.
I've been in talks with David Price to come out to give us a cost estimate. This was one of the things that was brought up whenever we talked with our fire departments. The headquarters at the Benton site, it's a flat roof. We are wanting to do away with the flat roof, put a slope roof on, just like with the election commission office. But I'd like to have somebody that has some experience in building to come out to help get this bid put together. And as soon as David gets me those specifications, we're going to move forward. But we will have those available, and like for as many that can and wants to bid, by all means, bid.
Okay, RFP for South Polk dump compactor, County Executive.
South Polk side is coming along very well. We've redone the concrete pad. We put a little extra reinforcement in the concrete. So I believe that this will help in the future to preserve the concrete, but also we're getting to the point to look to purchase a new compactor for the second pad. Plans are is to move the existing packer to the new pad, and then we are going out to bid for a 3-yard or a 5-yard packer to be installed at South Polk. The only problem with a 5-yard, when you hear 5, you think bigger. The height is no different, it's just the size of the charge chamber. 3-yard is like what Benton has. So 3-yard packer box is a good size box. So that bid will be going out. I have spoken to the company and who we got all of our other equipment from. I know we go by best or cheapest and things of that nature, but those Pinnacle boxes, they have been brutally tough over the years. And so those same specifications will water out for an RFP in September that will come back before this commission for a new box at South Polk.
Any idea roughly how much does that run?
Could be anywhere from 15 to 28,000, depending if you all wanted the 5-yard. Like I said, I understand people here, oh, 5 yards no bigger. You get into your ANSI standards as it goes by the company standards. So your height has to go up higher. You got older people that already have a hard time getting the height. But with the 5-yard, it's really more in the chamber itself. So I would really recommend the 3. What is there right now is a 1.5. And if you ask me, why didn't you put a 3 in? Because we bid out what was exactly there when we took over these sites. 1.5 was what was there. I am going to ask that once this comes in, I want to have a company come out to look about rebuilding that South Polk box. South Polk, there have been Saturdays where it ran absolutely non-stop for the entire time, with the attendant only being able to eat a sandwich while he was still at the box. So that box has been used and abused over the years, but it's still averaging about 9.2 tons per pool on its average. It is a house. That's it for me, sir.
Okay, confirmation letter, County Executive Action.
I've had a lot of inquiries about this copper basin letter. I was unaware until I started getting calls from the community about this letter that I had coming my way. I've had calls from residents that are concerned. I've had calls from residents that are worried. And I didn't know what the calls were really about until I did receive this letter. But I have not spoken with anybody within the fire department because my initial thought is this is a county building that is owned by Polk County, that's owned by the citizens of Polk County. The community center was built, to my understanding, for a shelter, and the fire department does use the basement. We have designated over the years at the courthouse one person with the fire department that maintains it when we go into a shelter. Copper Basin Fire and Rescue, if I'm not mistaken, is approximately 74 members on their roster. I understand that sometimes things can get dropped. If I drop the ball, I'll accept that. But if it was a problem for a shelter, I think a sit down or a face-to-face would have probably went a lot further. But when I've got people in the community that are worried this was the only way that I knew to address this, just like when the people in the community were worried about the community center closing down, we couldn't outrun that fire. So I would like some advice from you as a body of commissioners on, do we say this is a county-owned building that was built for that purpose, and that's what it's going to stay, and or move, or I don't know. I don't understand the problem with setting aside one person. There's not many times that the community center is used. It's nowhere used like the courthouse is. The courthouse will have as many as 70 souls that come. All this person does is they have a radio, and every hour, every 30 minutes, when 2 or 3 more come or leave, they just report how many souls are at the shelter. In the event that there is an accident, they know how many people to look for. We do a list. It's not that we call these people. It's just to let them know that if we see them coming all the time, then my office will contact these people so they know that if we are going to be open because they're worried about somewhere to stay and the threat of their life. So I don't understand why we've never run I think Keith will agree with this and what we talked about over building the courthouse and those that have been involved in it. We're not running a motel. We don't have cots. We encourage the people to bring blankets, bring whatever it takes to make you comfortable. But I don't understand what specialty training with running a shelter. So I'm looking to you all as a body of commissioners for advice. Yes, sir?
How long has this been designated as emergency shelter?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the community center was built in either the late 70s, early 80s. It was built with that purpose.
This is just my opinion, but if it's built for an emergency shelter, for the good people of Polk County, taxpaying citizens, I say leave it like it is. We don't need no Florida cracker coming up here trying to deny them over, change everything.
I'll second that.
What I got out of this letter is they say, as such, according to their bylaw, as such, running an emergency shelter is outside the scope of their operations.
Okay,
Well-
take it away from their scope.
Let's find somebody else to monitor the shelter when it's open, if that's what we need to do. I'm not for shutting it down for.
No. How many shelters normally
Hold on. John, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Are they staying downstairs in the fire department, or are they staying up here?
They stay downstairs where it's a shelter area at, and there's room to come in on either side and go in. Most of the times they come in and they just hang out for a little while. Samantha asked how many's here. I'm wanting to think, don't hold me to this, but sometimes there has been none, sometimes there's been 5, there may be 6. There are residents, and if you want to see my phone, I don't care, they don't panic, they're worried. And so whenever you have that to happen, to let them know that somebody is here for them to be able to come. I understand that the fire department is there to fight and to do, I get that, but I go back to, if you have 74 people, I promise you, there's 1 or 2 that could stay here and
Well,
do
I
that.
agree, but if that's outside of their bylaws, then we just need to find somebody else to monitor the shelter when it's open.
Why?
Who does that, down on the other side of the courthouse?
I mean,
West
all
Polk
we
Fire
gotta do is
Station.
use a radio.
So the fire department does it down there?
Yes, sir. And what they done there, and so what they done there is Will Wallace, our litter grant coordinator, he really enjoys doing those things. And the people that come, they get to where they're comfortable around him. You know, and I even offer for area churches to do this as a ministry, because if, you know, if you've got that opportunity, you know, bring snacks, bring drinks, bring bottled water. You've got kids in the event that you know that they've been hurried up and rushed off. What better way to witness to your community? So it's not that I say churches only. There's been, FFA has done some things, different organizations, Red Cross does some.
I got a motion.
Yes, sir?
I make a motion this remain an emergency shelter,
Yes, sir.
and the county executive Hatcher reappoints somebody to monitor the people in case of emergency, do the head count and whatever, and take authority away from the fire and rescue.
Second.
Any other discussion on that? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden. Yes. Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Building location for soil and water, county executive Hatch.
I move that we wait until next month, but we would need a buildings and grounds committee meeting 30 minutes prior to the commission meeting. This is to move the designated area for the soil and water building. Danny and I looked at it. There's a better location that will also work with the fair. They have agreed that this 16 to 60 building, if it can be put where they would like it to be put, the equipment will be pulled out of the way during the fair, and the vendors for food could use that building, so they didn't have to worry about a tent to get under. But it is more towards the fairground areas off of the third base line, but it's out of the way. The building would not be up and around Highway 411.
Is it inside the fence?
No.
What was the fence?
No, it's outside of that fence.
Okay, so we'll table that till
It's on third base.
And you want to go ahead and call that meeting for 30 minutes before the next commission meeting? Building.
Yeah, that's fine, it'll be done.
Yeah.
It just say 6, that gives time to look at it, get the full.
6 o'clock, 6 o'clock for building and grounds committee. 6
That'll work,
o'clock.
that'll work.
Okay. There are 2 items that we need to address that are not on the agenda tonight. The first one, I'm just going to give them to you as they come to me, was at the end of last week. We had about the property on Highway 64 and the sale of it. Some things developed late last week. That's one thing we need to address and take some action on. And the other is Ducktown Law Court that we discussed earlier. Some things we discussed earlier on it. So I'll ask for a motion.
I think I'm going to suspend the rules for that purpose.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden.
Yes.
Kelly Morgan.
Yay.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent.
Yes.
Okay, the property on Highway 64 that we have has been surveyed and divided, and now has been appraised. We got the final appraisal on it late last week. And the next step for us is to transfer this property over to the IED board so that they can list it with a realtor. So,
Motion to transfer.
okay.
Second.
Now, that's with the sale pending to go to the cost of new courthouse.
Go ahead on you, courthouse.
Yeah, that needs to be.
That's the only thing can be used for.
Well, it needs to be.
We'll have to set it up, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to use money.
Well, we need that as part of our transfer
Yes.
motion.
And also to authorize the county executive to take care of that.
And one other thing that we kind of talked about that was, you know, the commission will have the ultimate last say, but in the event that somebody showed up and wanted to go under contract, that I have the authority to put that property under a contract sale with this motion.
So offers should be brought to you,
Yes, sir.
and you would bring them before us?
Yes, sir.
Even if we have to have a special call?
Yes. But that way, if somebody was to make the AD board an offer and they want something other within a time period, all that would do would authorize me to go under that contract to lock that in. But then we would either do a special call meeting or we would have it at the next regularly scheduled commission meeting for you all to approve that.
I'll just listen to our recorder.
We have a motion, do we have a
Got a second?
Have a second.
Any other discussion on that?
I ask one question.
Yes.
The thought here, if the property is in the IED board's name, can Robbie sign the contracts if it's our property at that point on this property?
Well, that's a good question.
Mr. Lowe?
I think that the county executive, under the existing motion, probably has the authority based upon what you've already moved. I don't remember the specifics of that, but I think that the county executive can execute contracts generally within this framework. I'd like to look at it more carefully.
It might be
What'd
the
you say,
case.
a contract?
So the contract would be, we're gonna, once the property's in our name, then we can put it under contract with a realtor.
Right.
So I was just asking, the general question is, since Robbie's not on the ID board, can he sign those contracts?
It may require y'all in his.
And so back with what Ryan's saying, so if somebody comes in and they want to move, as far as the commission goes, for them to, that's what I was saying, for them to have that authority given to me, just so we didn't miss out on a sale, but ultimately you all would be the ones that finalize that
Make
sale.
a final approval.
But I'm not sure about that either. If we put it under y'all's name, they would have the final approval. They're the entity that holds the property.
The way I remember the motion coming from them,
I say we both say him sign
That's-
that.
John Hoyt, the way I remember the motion coming from the AD board was, is that they wanted the county commission to have the ultimate final approval. They done that. Yes,
You
sir.
know what's going on there?
They wanted that to assure them.
That was part of it, right?
Correct.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
Mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden. Yes. Kelly
I'm gonna
Morgan.
pass.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Okay, the other item we addresses the Uptown Law Court. Jimmy, do you want to speak on that, or do you want to just?
I'm happy to read this. Those of you who are unaware of the initial preparation of this, but then the review of the issues of the resolution concerning the Ducktown Law Court, we have made on this document entries, and they will be forever given to the clerk presentation for entry. But I would like for us to also provide for her a redacted,
Clean copy with the
a clean
changes
copy.
being made to it.
Yes, please.
I'll email it to you tomorrow.
Okay, and, but I think that, and I'm happy to read this, Mr. Chair.
Because there's additional changes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I do not have the number.
Resolution number.
It'll be, A1 25.
Whereas the Ducktown Law Court exists pursuant to private acts, including but not limited to Chapter 413 of the Private Act of 1911, and is noted by the Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals in cases such as State v. Ray, number E2007-2004-63-CCA. Aren't you excited about this? R3 CD 2009, Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals, Lexus 508, TENN Criminal Appeals, July the 1st, 2009. St. B. Gaddis, some of you may know of that name, number E 2008-00812-CCA R3 CD 2008, Tennessee, and Criminal Appeals, Lexus 907, Tennessee Criminal Appeals, number 20, 2008, State v. Harris, number 38, 1990, TENN, CRIM app, Tennessee Criminal Appeals app, Lexus 486, Tennessee Criminal Appeals, July 25th of 1990. And whereas the current location for the Ducktown Law Court is closed, and Polk County is required to have a location for the Ducktown Law Court pursuant to Tennessee Code annotated section 16-2-505, and whereas Copper Basin Community Center, 840 Cherokee Trail, Ducktown, Tennessee 37326 is owned by Polk County and is available to be used for certain proceedings for the Ducktown Law Court until Polk County builds a new courthouse for the Ducktown Law Court, which Polk County is committed to building. Now therefore be it resolved, the county legislative body of Polk County, meeting in session at Ducktown, Tennessee on the 21st day of August 2025, that Section 1, Copper Basin Community Center is available the third Tuesday of every month beginning at 1 p.m. for Ducktown Law Court, circuit civil proceedings, and other dates and times as agreed to by the presiding judge, and the Copper Basin Community Center. The Copper Basin Community Center is not available for Ducktown Law Court circuit criminal proceedings, as there is not.
Oh, I'll pick it up.
Okay.
It's Copper Basin Community Center is not available for Ducktown Law Court circuit criminal proceedings, except that Ducktown grand jury proceedings can be held at the Copper Basin Community Center, as there is not sufficient security in place at Copper Basin Community Center to contain inmates during criminal proceedings. Section 2, Copper Basin Community Center is also available to be used for the annual jury selection and paneling, which occurs in December, for Ducktown Law Court circuit civil and criminal proceedings. Section 3, the county legislative body of Polk County hereby recognizes that it is committed to building a new courthouse for Ducktown Law Court. Section 4 of the resolution shall become effective upon its passage and approval, passed by a majority vote. Polk County, or the County Commissioners of Polk County, this 21st day of August 2025.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Keith Parker.
Yes.
Greg Brooks.
Yes.
Danny Carver.
Yes.
Debbie Davis.
Yes.
mush Davis.
Yes.
Christie Harden.
Yes.
Kelly Morgan.
Yes.
John Kipinger.
Yes.
Samantha Trent. Yes.
Announcements and statements. Any of the commissioners have any announcements? County Executive Hackett, any announcements or statements?
Yes, sir. So, I want to tell you the exact time because it was after I had got up the mountain. At 5:05 p.m. this evening, Philip Earhart had contacted me, Philip with the Forest Service, in regards to something that's out in the Polk County News. I've not gotten the Polk County News yet. I don't know as far as the rally race. So Philip wanted me to assure the county legislative body that nothing World Rally event is taking place in 2026. So there's no World Rally race. But they are looking to make a request for test events for the 2026. They're trying to request for these tests at normal speeds. It kind of be like playing football with helmet and shoulder pads on. Then full contact. They're also looking to do up to 4 events. Forest Service is advising that the forest is open and will be open to everyone and they would be extremely mindful to restrict public access to the forest. So Philip found out about this when he talked to the rally people yesterday. So whatever was published, he said that he found out whenever he seen the publication because he talked to the rally people yesterday, and I spoke to him at 5:05. And he just wanted for me to relay that to you all as a commission because he did not want something to be out that he was unaware of, and he was unaware of anything except for the statement that he and I just had. And he also assured me that through the review process, anything would come through me as soon as he hears it. He had called me a little earlier today. I was kind of tied up with my parents. He'd called me yesterday as I was a little tied up with my parents. So I assume that his call yesterday was for this, and then whenever I actually did get to speak to him, but he did want me to relay that message to you as the county legislative body.
So they're not having world races next year. They're gonna have 4 events.
They're
What it
wanting
boiled
to,
down to, they jumped the gun on what they announced in the Polk County News.
Yeah, I mean, so the 4 events, are they races or what?
well,
That's what he just said, they're gonna be 4 events that's taking up a lot of local people's time. In the National Forest
Yeah.
and the Forest Service, they're gonna be very considerate to local people. And they're assuming 4 days is just too much to shut the National Forest down. They're gonna be very mindful of the other recreational uses besides the race, you know.
correct, because some of these that they are proposing revolves around hunting season. I don't want to say what hunting season but hunting season.
Go ahead and say it.
No. I won't. But
I'll buy you dinner if you say it.
I'm good. So, that was part of that concern, and I understand that there's things going on between the county and the Forest Service that we all know about, but I want to be sure that you all do, if you have seen that, or if you, I knew nothing about it until 5:05. Philip had tried to contact me yesterday evening, but he said that there was something in the paper, but.
You don't have it here.
Well, I recommend that.
What months are we talking?
No comment, ma'am.
Here's my recommendation. The majority of the people in this county are not forever shutting the National Forest down for that race. I talked to them, you know, whatever. Let's just go ahead and plan one open weekend fire season, get over with, and that'll be it on the races for a while. So schedule it starting on Friday
I
evening.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it, and we'll take care of everything right then. If they don't care, we'll just get it over with.
Another quick note to be
I think
noted,
that's what it's gonna be.
this past week, I had the opportunity to do a ride-up with Senator Haggerty as we came to the east side of the county, to be able to sit with the U.S. Senator and show them some of our struggles that we face. Coming up through the National Forest, I believe everybody here knows it divides us right down the middle. So I was appreciative of that opportunity, and in case you're wondering, well, why weren't you in any of the pictures? I got a phone call from my dad, and I'm not trying to tug at heartstrings, but I know some of y'all told me before you give anything for a 5-minute phone call, your dad. So, but I just wanted you all to know that he was in town. He'd get the opportunity to be with you and show him some of the things that we face as a struggle.
Good day.
Public comments are limited to 2 minutes. Any public comments?
Most of the time.
Motion.
Oh,